I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment.
Yep, you want your boy? Go pick him up. He's over here, on a fucking concrete where I left him.
On an individual level, we have to learn that they are vile.
Not worth calories.
And you're Gen Z, and you won't date me.
My email accounts are...
True internet suffered the pressure.
The camera's been on the whole time, huh? I don't even know.
Gentlemen, welcome. Please find a seat and relax. We have a lot to discuss. Welcome, one and all. I'm KC.
And I am DC.
And we are two goddamn gentlemen bringing to you this and every week a celebration of all things being from it, bitch, and ripping your maybe deity baby from your definite sister.
It definitely was his sister. Let's not lie. Caligula, you know what you did. You know what you did.
There's no question. Head over to twogoddamngentlemen.com where you can see and vote on the Hall of Gentlemen. Find links to our Twitter, voicemail, YouTube, and Patreon, which gains you access into our live Discord during all shows and bonus episodes. Be sure to subscribe on whatever podcast feed you use, and if you're on Apple Podcasts, leave us a 5-star rating and a glowing review of our non-satirical podcast. DC, speaking of bonus episodes, last night we recorded a doozy, and by the time this is out, so will that.
Yeah. Everything went well but the recording. So if you were there live, congratulations, you got the best version of that show. But yeah, I fucked up.
I couldn't disagree more.
I fucked up royally. Recorded one of us and not the other. And lucky for me, it wasn't me that was just being recorded. So anyway, we are going to be releasing the audio for that episode to everybody. So even though it's a bonus episode, check back on patreon.com. We'll open it up to the public. You can download the MP3 and listen to it. Find out what you're missing because, dude, that show was so fucking funny. I don't know what it is about these ladies, man, but they can really bring it when it comes to being slovenly. So, ladylike. Ladylike.
Yeah, ladylike.
That's what I meant to say.
Point of those episodes is. That was my favorite ladies episode. Yeah, that was number 7, and it was my favorite.
Yeah, so the video, Casey doctored as best he could. It worked out. And that will still be released and available on Patreon for those gentlemen and goddamn gentlemen. So we appreciate your support and tell your friends because it was hilarious. And they can listen to it for free. So there you go.
Huge victory, by the way. I used a bunch of video content from reality television, which has cost us. Ooh, that burned us at one time, that Dance Mom lady. But only 20 seconds that YouTube got really pissed about last night.
Oh,
so,
good.
Actually not that bad.
Yeah, I saw an email this morning. It was like, yeah, your video is completely fucked. It's not. We're not gonna upload this at all. Try again. Here's what you can do. And I thought, oh god, he used so many clips from so many different reality shows. Like, what could it possibly be? Are we gonna lose his whole lady, a la gymnastics teacher, dance teacher lady? What was her name? Amber.
Oh god,
Abby
Lee Miller, yeah.
That's right, Abby Cuntmouth Miller. We're going to lose the whole thing, but no, only 20 seconds. That's good. That's good. Yeah, we still, like, there are countries that just fucking hate us. Like the Philippines, they're like, no. You will not soil the morals of the Philippines with your show, gentlemen.
So yeah, go over to patreon.com/2 goddamn gentlemen and check that out. DC, if you would please read back the minutes to last week's meeting.
Absolutely, Casey. Now, Casey, as you remember, obviously, you brought in Michael Richards, among others. Michael Richards was the basically unanimous vote, if you go back and listen, of the 5 gentleman committee to be placed on the pedestal of gentlemen. Turns out he was voted kind of into the dirt. Not a gentleman, -5, not a great showing. Caligula, little worse showing, not a gentleman as I don't know, I didn't expect it, but you guys clearly expected it, -8. So, Casey, we got to do better this week. We got to do better. There are gentlemen, we can prove it, because we've got the top 3. Why don't you go ahead and kick that off?
Of course, number 1, perennially, it's Mel Gibson, +37. Second place, Brigham Young at a +23. And Victor Lustig now alone in third as King Henry's down to what, plus 11?
Plus 11, dude. Dude, people are mad at the Royals. They're mad at the fucking Royals. I think that's what caused that, because he had specifically like one person vote on him like 5 times in a row just to bring him down. So
well,
it is what it is.
If you want to talk about people mad at the royalty, just hang tight.
Bottom 3, this is my territory, so why don't we go there? Before getting into them, though, just a note: Biden is dropping yet again. He's down to negative 39, knocking on the bottom 3's door. He's a mere.
He's treating our Hall of Gentlemen like the steps to Air Force One. He's just tumbling down them.
That was so expected. I'll just say that. It didn't take long.
I was actually impressed.
It's been 2 months.
He got back up.
Are you kidding me? The first time or the second time?
No, the second time. The fact that he got up a third time was incredible to me.
Okay. You give him a lot less credit than I give him. I expect a man voted president of an entire country to, be able to run up and down those stairs. So, I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
That's why I wasn't elected.
That's one of the reasons why. Jonathan Yaniv, Jessica Simpson Yaniv, or whatever the fuck. Minus 60, drops a few. Maddox drops a few of his own. I know you listen to this, but other people might not. The Who Are These podcasts? They did a fucking episode about Maddox and brought in all the crazy banana shit that he does. So I highly recommend going over and listening to that. It's fucking nuts. Tommy Tudor once again drops, not as drastically as last week, but another 7 or 8 spots. He's down to minus 164. So Gibson and Tudor are really just kings and queens of their own domain, so to speak. I don't see anybody touching Tudor anytime soon, but he doesn't deserve it. So I'll just leave it at that.
No one wants to touch him, and I don't think anybody's gonna.
That's right. I may or may not have promised a top 10 and bottom 10, but in the drunken stupor that I've been in since St. Patrick's Day, I thought you were didn't get it done. So we've got to
say 2013, but St. Patrick's Day works too.
St. Patrick's Day, Casey, for the sake of this excuse. We're going to have the top 10 and bottom 10 tweeted out, so keep an eye on at 2gentlemenpod. We will be releasing that when this episode is launched. Also, we will have the full list of gentlemen and where they're at on the website when the video version of the podcast is available to the Patreons. So look out for that, and every 5 weeks, we'll keep updating that as well for you guys. So 35, 40, you get it. KC, new voicemail line. What is it?
321 POV. Fuck.
That is correct. Easy to remember, easy to tell your friends. All your friends. Tell your mother. Hall of Gentlemen updated. We got over that. Not a gentleman. Okay. KC, I think it's time that we brush last week off. Like I said, not gentlemen for both of us. Very, very disappointing for me.
I'm going to come. L we took there.
It's a big L. I'm hoping that the anonymity of my gentleman that I'm bringing in today will help me. The less they know, the better.
As he
with
just
some
got
gentlemen.
done saying Tommy Tudor's now at a minus 164.
Yeah.
Anonymity works, baby. Keep going.
Yeah, so if you were here last night for the Ladies of the Night, I nominated just some random Twitter thought, and brought in her horrible takes on, you could imagine, what a person whose name is Princess Malaria, and the handle is, what was it, Goddess of Filth?
That's right.
All lowercase, very appropriate. Tore her apart, and then at the end was curious as to, like, who on earth would follow somebody like this? She had, over 100, over 200 followers. Who the fuck in their right mind follows this person? And one of them stood out to you and me, Casey. A man who goes by Michael is Watching You 2021. He is my gentleman tonight. There he is. This guy. Michael is watching you 2021. Formerly known as Michael is watching you 2020. Formerly known as Michael is. I think that's this guy's shtick, maybe. But his Twitter handle is at the P Man with 2 N's. Who knows what P is supposed to stand for? Maybe his name is. He looks like a Peter, wouldn't you think? If you saw that guy and he said, "Yeah, hey, how's it going? My name's Peter," or Petey.
Not the first P word I thought of.
What do you think it was?
The pedophile man.
The P Man, the pedophile man. No, Casey. No, this is a gentleman, and a gentleman is not a pedophile, as our top and bottom clearly show. Okay, gentleman is not a pedophile. Well, I ignore Brigham Young and some others on there, obviously. But Michael is watching you 2021 has, I think, a fantastic bio. Let's pull that up here real quick, Casey. Tell me how legible this is for you.
Michael is watching you 2021 at the P-Man, New York nerd and writer, working on making it writer and nerd. Oh, yeah, right.
We know what that means.
Yeah, that's
right.
Unemployed, that's right. Social justice bard. What's a bard?
It's a freaking fruity singer back in medieval times.
That's right.
So he sings annoyingly about social justice.
Well, that's what we need, so that's good. That's something we've all been looking for. Antifa and proud, aren't we all? Friend to dogs. Yep, sure. Again, checks out he/him. Mm-hmm. And I say fuck a lot.
Okay. Great. He sounds like just fucking the man. Doesn't he?
Hang out with him for sure.
He is the man. Now, KC, at the bottom, my new favorite on Twitter. Right. I always look here. Not followed by anyone you're following. Thank Christ.
By the way, that kept happening on the bonus show last night for DC, and all of his celebrations and fist pumps and arm raises and dances that he did, only for me and the patrons that were there. Sad for you.
That's true. Never it's there, but it's there, but it's like this big up on the side. It's in the archives. You'll never find it. Casey, you're pretty familiar with Twitter. You know you could pin a tweet to the top of your feed. I think maybe I've pinned a tweet once or twice, but it got old after like a week. I was like, that's stupid. I'll just keep having the most recent thing I say be the top, right? Not Michael is watching you 2021. Casey, if you will please pull up the next image.
How long ago?
The P-Man in October of 2017 said, "God, the future sucks." Pinned tweet. Now, because of the activity on this tweet versus all his other tweets, I like to think this has been pinned since 2017, and not that he, in a weird kind of weird flex about how much now sucks, went back to 2017 when he was real moody and pulled out this tweet and then pinned it like way later on. What do you think is more likely?
I think the most likely thing to happen here is someone like you was going like, "No, who the fuck is this guy?" But maybe with not quite as evil intentions. And they were like, "Oh, look, he's got a funny pinned tweet that he put up there at the beginning of the coronavirus." And they actually had real followers, so they retweeted it, and that got a few likes.
I think that's probably right, Casey. He actually got some responses, too. I pulled out my favorite 4. If you would for me, just go ahead and play the next image. We'll go 2 by 2. Go ahead and read those back.
Dr. Gunrunner 2527 says, "I'm sure the future will suck for you. I recommend you check out early."
That was in April of 18, so,
Leo
like 6 months later.
At Leo Gets 69 says, "Yours does, especially with a face and attitude to match."
I don't know. His face kind of tells me his attitude is like super pedophile-y.
So far, I hate Leo more, so fuck Leo. I'm featuring Leo next week. Coming for you, Leo Gets. You want your next 2?
Oh, yeah, please.
Next 2.
This next one's my favorite. Art McDonald.
Art McDonald had a Twitter, and he just said, "Fuck you."
It's perfect. Perfect. No punctuation. Fuck is capitalized, but that's it. Just fuck you. And one person liked it.
It was Joe from last night.
Oh, man. My boy Joe.
Mostly Peaceful Brick at Brickheart USA says, "You're not alone. It sucks for all clueless liberal lemmings."
Well, just how liberal a lemming is he, Casey?
Let's find
Why don't you
out.
show the next image, which I've called "Shocking to No One," who he'd retweet.
He retweeted Patton Oswalt. My God.
Read what spicy take Patton had, Casey.
I just want everyone in California vaccinated so we can have an active and healthy wildfire season. Let's go.
That's pretty funny. That's like the funniest tweet he's had in ever. I think that's the funniest thing he's ever said on Twitter.
Patton Oswalt is one of those people that every time I've heard him, which is usually in a comedy context, I enjoy him. And every time he's retweeted into my universe, I go, well, I'm glad I don't follow Patton Oswalt. And that's pretty much my interactions with Patton Oswalt.
Yeah. I saw one comedy special from him one time. His first joke was okay, and then I don't remember the rest. It was that bad.
I don't think I've
And
ever
he's-
seen his stand-up either. I've heard him on
man.
podcasts and radio shows and Parks and Recreation. That's pretty
He
much.
told like a 20-minute joke about how fat a squirrel was and how his wife wouldn't believe him, so he tried to catch it running across wires in his backyard.
She was standing. She was standing on the altar with him. She didn't notice.
Oh, yeah. That's fantastic. Fantastic. Casey, he follows up strong, as you would think a liberal leftard would. He retweets trekmovie.com, which says, "New Grudge the Cat from Star Trek Discovery is getting her own book. Hashtag Star Trek Discovery at Grudge_cat." And then the Grudge book link there. He retweeted that, quoted it, saying, "She's a queen."
Enough.
Love it.
Enough with the queen thing.
Enough with the queen shit.
Enough with
cats.
the fucking queen, the cat. The-
Yes, queen. Yes. YAS. YAS.
The lowest common denominator of all of this shit. Like, everything's so good. Like, in the last 3 weeks, I have seen on Instagram that every single type of friendship is elite. Did you know that? Friends since you were 4, that's elite. Someone that didn't like you when you first met, that's an elite friendship. It's like, no, you guys are just naming all possible scenarios under which a friendship could form and then posting it so someone that goes, "Oh, I'm stupid as fuck and that happened to me." I met someone like that. That's incredible.
I'm elite too.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh my God.
I can't. And the queen thing falls into the exact same category.
Yeah. So he's real strong on the leftist lingo. He's real strong on the nerd shit, obviously, as we can see from the cat from Star Trek. It doesn't end there, though. Go ahead and show the next image here. He tweets, "I was kind of hoping for Spider-Man Home Now," which nobody responds to. I don't know how long he gave it before he replied to himself saying, parenthesis, "The 3 people who get this are going to find it really funny, comma, just you watch." It's just oozing with autism. The whole thing. It's just oozing. He couldn't let that go when he's like, oh shit, nobody responded to this. Nobody's liking it. I'll save this. The 3 people who are going to get this are going to find it real funny. Just you watch. No likes. This was the 24th of February. I pulled this last night. No likes. No retweets. No fucking likes.
That's changing. I'm going to go like it right now.
How long am I expected to watch this? Michael is watching me. 2021.
Don't quit now. You got to keep going.
Oh my God. All right. So the nerd shit is obviously strong with him. He is the kind of guy that really is looking out for and helping the poor with these life hacks that he tweets here. Life hack: can't afford a robot vacuum? Just strap rags to a wino's shoes. A wino? Is this fucking 1995? Just strap rags to a wino's shoes and have him stagger around your house for an hour. Too poor? Well, fuck, this is way more poor person. It's like, it makes the whole
Everything
fucking
about
thing
it
makes no
sucks.
sense. Yes.
First off, is it hip to call it a robot vacuum?
Or
Like, is that clever?
wino.
Is it clever? Like robot? Oh, he's right. That is a robot vacuum. Oh man, I'd never think to call it that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Wino. Yeah, Wino's terrible.
Oh man,
it
it's
sucks.
called an iRobot, you idiot. Yeah, so he's terrible. He's a terrible human being who I don't think has any friends, and I don't think he's ever had sex. But we'll get back to that. That we'll get back to. Casey,
I was worried.
a gentleman always talks politics spicily. Go ahead and play the next image there. Did you hear, Casey, about the British serious breach of freedom of speech over there? I mean, they're already like very liberal on their hate speech laws. But did you hear the newest thing that they're proposing over there?
I have not,
apart from the
Apart
man
from the curfew.
Yeah. Anybody who causes like a public disturbance to the point of serious annoyance can face jail time up to 10 years. And there's verbiage in the bill or whatever it is, the bylaw, that anything that could be considered causing somebody serious annoyance. So you don't even have to seriously annoy anybody. It just has to be able to be classified as potential to cause serious annoyance, jail time. Thank you, England. You're a joke.
Subjective rules that result in jail time are always the best laws. That's what I
And they also came out, in addition to this serious annoyance thing, they came out with a no insulting the police. Like you can't insult
British
the police,
people love
otherwise
doing that. They really enjoy it.
I mean, those poor guys don't even have guns. I mean, stop being so mean to them. So anyway, Michael is talking about this this freedom of speech raping by saying, if being a serious annoyance is punishable by 10 years in prison, why hasn't Russell Brand been publicly executed? Ho, 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 ouch, spicy.
Yeah, again.
That's hot.
Again, why tweet it? It's like,
if 2 likes, dude. He got 2 likes. That's why.
If you think that,
whole likes.
You think to yourself, oh, no, that didn't work. Oh, well.
Yeah, back to the drawing board.
Definitely not going to write that down anywhere because, first off, I have to bend a little. Russell Brand is terrible. But aside from that, I hate the tweet.
Yes. Now, Casey, you might not be surprised that Michael finds himself in 2 different lists on Twitter. One of those being a list of writers, elite writers, I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
The second being SJW.
What?
What about this guy is anything SJW? I dare you to find it.
His barding, of course.
His barding. His lute playing skills. So I clicked on this SJW group to see what was what, because that is a fucking gold mine potential right there. So I click on it. Only 35 members in this group, but it didn't take me long to find something very disheartening. Actually, Casey, somebody posted a beautiful landscape of somewhere in the Middle East or Utah. Definitely one of the two. Or maybe Arizona. If you'll play the next... There we go. So they're showing a TikTok of what looks like, the desert rock structures in Utah or the Middle East. There's a lot of sand. A lot of sand and a lot of candles. So stance grounded at _SJ Peace _ this is breathtaking. This is breathtaking, heart eye emoji. I really want to know where this is, but I'm afraid to ask because colonizers will destroy it. Crying emoji. Well, if that wasn't stupid enough, somebody came along with their own reply to this, Casey, and it just really makes me hate racism, like really bad. I hate racist pieces of shit like the person in this tweet thread here. Somebody answers and says it's Jabal al-Fil, Elephant Rock in Saudi Arabia, first reply there, Casey. Read that for me.
Shh. The white people are going to come in and fucking ruin it like they ruin everything else. Or everywhere else. Same principle.
The fucking white people are going to come in.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks at I_am_JG Nicole.
Yeah.
Oh my God. What a great take.
Yeah. Nicole, not what she's insulting either. And guess that's okay because
yeah, Casey,
set up here.
White people just came into Africa and fucked it up. So now, you know, we gotta fix that. We can't have any colonizers getting out and, you know, spreading and creating
if there's one thing we've learned about white people, they love Saudi Arabia. Everyone's sprinting there at every possible turn.
Yeah. So that was enough of the group that I could stomach for then, but I'm sure I'll be back to that well for some honorary gents and ladies. KC, my last image here is funny to me because it works on two levels. He is tweeting referring to the mass shooter in, was it Georgia? In Georgia, that it killed
sorry, I read ahead. I'm sorry.
8 Asian women. And the police chief said he was having a bad day. Something very stupid that if he had taken the time to actually like plan out what he was going to say, probably wouldn't have said that. Mm-hmm. Probably didn't mean what it's been taken to mean, but in this climate, that was not the right answer. So he says, Michael, I can't even count how many bad days I've had over the last year, but somehow my body count remains at a lifetime 0. Yeah. I believe that on both accounts.
100% believable.
100%. KC, next image if you would for me, please.
Oh my God. I didn't know what I didn't know what that was. I didn't know what that tweet was about, but as you were starting to set it up with the story about Atlanta, I was just reading ahead and I didn't know what he was talking about. I just thought that's what he actually meant. That's phenomenal.
Casey, when you look like Michael is watching you 2021, you're a fucking gentleman and you are a virgin. Make no mistake about that.
The body count is 0.
Lifetime count is 0. Holy shit. Casey, this guy was it just a treat? I had to screenshot a whole bunch of his tweets from my phone at one point, and the Twitter app, if you try to turn your phone to, you know, set it down and it accidentally shifts to the landscape view, goes right back to the top of his goddamn feed. I had to scroll through this, and he tweets 100 times a day. This guy tweets so fucking much. So I'm like scrolling through all these worthless retweets of worthless people, and finally picked out enough. I got back, as you saw there, I only got back to like February. And
yeah, that's true.
Holy shit, dude. This guy, 22,000 tweets. There's got to be some more. I'll maybe jump back in for an update. You know, check on his hairline.
Yeah, I bet he's got way worse shit on there.
When he goes full Heisenberg, we'll let you guys in on that.
He does look a little bit like that.
Now, KC, I've got some honoraries that I'm so excited about. First of all, I'm a Zelda nerd. I love playing Zelda growing up. I played Zelda on the original Nintendo NES system. Fucking love that game. But now, like, ever since I've grown up past, like, Majora's Mask for N64 was, like, really the last one that I bought and played all the way through. And all these other ones came out. Like 100 fucking Zelda games came out, and they all have their own lore, kind of, that they're trying to build up and shit like that. So I can't keep up with it. And I saw this music video where I'm going to nominate my honorary gentleman, the person playing Link in this, even though I think it's probably a girl. But it's from Japan, so how would you know? This is the Zelda rap, Casey.
ゼルダの伝説出る出る出る出るついに出るゴージャス今度の冒険
Was the Peter Pan costume the only one they had?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. From when that woman played Peter Pan in the version that scared the shit out of me from Captain Hook.
Yeah, thumbs down DC. That seconded. Agreed.
Yeah, that's a terrible, terrible music video, but
That was bad.
a lot of gentlemen involved. Of that, I have no doubt. Casey, you brought in Dr. Seuss when it was very, very topical, and it was hilarious. I learned a lot, and I was kind of upset because, you know, I grew up getting read the Dr. Seuss books. I love Dr. Seuss books. I read them to my own kids. I came across something while researching Michael is Watching You 2021 that shed a little bit of shade on another childhood hero of many people. I don't know if you were somebody who liked the Muppets or Sesame Street or anything Jim Henson.
Sure, yeah.
But Jim Henson, after this episode, is canceled. Go ahead and play the commercials here that Jim Henson did. Oh, by the way, this episode 30 of Two Goddamn Gentlemen, is brought to you by the following product.
Why are we climbing this tree?
For Wilkins coffee.
I don't want any.
It's autumn and the nuts are beginning to fall. On guard, salute Wilkins coffee.
But I don't drink Wilkins coffee.
Some learn, some don't.
Fuck?
How about a delicious cup of Wilkins coffee?
No.
Strange things happen to people who don't drink Wilkins.
I love these commercials.
These are the best.
I'm gonna start drinking coffee.
You have any Wilkins coffee in your house?
No.
You know, a house isn't a home without Wilkins coffee.
Okay, now these, Casey, are my favorite.
Oh,
upcoming.
Those are awesome.
Oh, the next ones are my favorite. I saved them
Okay,
just
buddy,
for
what do you think of Wilkins coffee? I never tasted it. Now, what do you think of Wilkins?
Care for a cup of Wilkins coffee?
No, I don't like coffee.
This has been a public service.
Shut him dead.
Just wait.
I've got 5 aces. Can you beat that?
I've got a can of Wilkins coffee. Nothing beats Wilkins.
That's right. That's right, Muppet.
Oh, my God.
Nothing beats Wilkins. Wilkins Coffee. This episode brought to you by Wilkins Coffee. Get it everywhere your grandma's still alive.
Oh, dude, that's fucking hilarious. Holy shit.
Good old Jim Henson. Who knew he'd be doing propaganda for the caffeine, big caffeine.
Big caffeine. Oh.
All right, Casey. I'm going to drink.
That was one of the funniest things I've seen in a long time. Fucking
They're great.
Wilkins
They're great.
coffee. I'm gonna be watching those for the rest of my life. Like once a year, I'm gonna be like, I gotta watch.
Just to
all
remind
those,
yourself
I need to watch
how
all
good
those Wilkins
advertising
coffee
used to be.
commercials are.
Nothing beats Wilkins. We need to put that in our. We need to put that in our outro.
Nothing beats Wilkins. You're right. Okay, yeah.
Nothing
I've
beats
been lazy.
Wilkins.
I've been so lazy on the intros and outros. I'm gonna update them this week. All right, it's time. Let's get into some honorees now. You did mention that I nominated Dr. Seuss a couple of weeks ago because it was timely. So let's stick with that theme of timeliness and nominate all the men running the NCAA.
Now, a little bit of controversy going on between the men's and women's tournaments. Yesterday, a Stanford women's sports performance coach posted on social media showing this. This is the weight room that the women competing at the NCAA tournament get. One rack of weights. I think they go up to 30 pounds here. Now, take a look at this.
Too
this
much.
is what the men
heavy.
get to work with. An entire room of weights, bars, plates. As the images gained traction online, the NCAA eventually released a statement saying that the women's gym was a result of limited space. But some don't agree with that. One coach posted a video of pretty much an empty large room with one practice court in it.
And you think that's bad? You should see the men's tampon supply. The men's tournament tampon supply is just horrendous. You wouldn't believe how bad.
They skipped so badly. absolutely absurd. Yeah, so shout out to those guys. DC, let's stay in the sports world for my other honorary.
Okay.
Here we have ESPN Colombia.
Que vamos a tocar el día de hoy en ESPN Radio, aparte de otros, como por ejemplo lo que ha ocurrido hoy en la Liga de Campeones con la eliminación de la vecchia señora de la Juve, cuando todo el mundo...
Oh my God! What? Dude, play that again.
Oh, you want to see it again? Okay.
Again.
De la Juve, cuando todo el mundo...
Oh my...
Oh, did you say slow? Did you say slow motion? Okay.
I did say that. Oh, look at his back. Oh! Oh man. That was Colombian building. Yeah, I believe it. That does not happen in Connecticut. It doesn't happen there.
Certainly doesn't. DC, quick but efficient honoraries right there. Let's head right in.
Okay.
It's time for my gentleman nomination this week, and you know I love going historical with these.
Nice.
Let's do it. I give you another English gentleman, Oliver Cromwell, DC. Now,
Okay.
I remembered the name from AP US History. I love dropping that I took AP US History because it's the only AP class I took, and I got a C. But every chance I'll ever get to say that I took it, there it goes.
Yeah, because isn't that technically a B for high school?
Yeah, there you go.
Did they do that your way?
That's probably
That's how they did it on our campus. They're like, if you got a B, it was an A. If you got a D, it was a C.
They should let the class with the stupid kids have a better curve like that, right? The smart kids don't need it; just get an A. Yeah. I got a C in the class. I definitely didn't do B level work. I shouldn't have gotten a C. So here we have Oliver Cromwell, born in Huntingdon, which really pissed me off that it wasn't Huntington. It was Huntingdon.
Yeah.
I hate England for a lot of things, and I'm going to add that to the list. On April 25th of 1599.
Wow.
He was the descendant of Thomas Cromwell.
That sounds more familiar.
And it should, DC, because he was the chief minister to Gentleman King Henry VIII.
There you go.
Tying the
He
gentleman
was his
in.
handler.
So that had its perks for the family, right? A couple generations of good fortune from that. Also,
Right.
his paternal grandfather was the second richest guy in England.
Oh shit!
But all
what
of that
means? Whoosh.
All of that being said, that's right. Yeah, that's what that means. His dad was actually left very little, considering how rich the family was. So Oliver actually grew up with pretty modest means. He was once quoted as saying, and if this isn't the start to a gentleman nomination, then I don't know what is. He was once quoted as saying, "I was by birth a gentleman, living neither in considerable height, not yet in obscurity." Gentleman,
There you
DC.
go.
And he said so himself.
Yeah. It's like giving yourself a nickname. It only works if you did it. If you gave yourself the nickname.
That's right. So he went off to college, but his dad passed away while he was there. So, being a goddamn gentleman, he headed back home to take care of his mother and all of his sisters. As he got into his 20s, he married Elizabeth. Here's Elizabeth. Quite the looker.
Yeah, she looks like the nun from The Conjuring when she was alive.
She looked like somebody spilled water on the Mona Lisa.
Yeah, and pudding in it.
All right, so yeah, Elizabeth, nice lady. Elizabeth came from a very wealthy family. Starting to make more sense there, which is always a good thing. Now, DC, we're talking early 1600s. I love giving you trivia questions.
Okay.
How many kids did Oliver and Elizabeth have?
Oh shit.
Puritans,
15?
by the way, if that helps.
15?
You actually went too high. It was 9 children.
Ooh, okay.
9
that's
children.
Still a lot. Still a lot.
And we're going to do the rankings
Mm-hmm.
for how the lives of those 9 children went.
Okay. And
So-
because it was early 1600s, the ceiling is a 6. as good as your life ever goes.
You
it's
can,
always
yeah.
a 6.
If you want to give numerical grades to this, you can do that. I actually encourage it. I only put them in order. So counting
All right.
back from 9, you know it's going to be sad, right? At 9, 9's going to suck because it's the worst possible life of the 9, right?
Sure.
So there we have infant death. That's never good. So let's just move past it. That was.
I don't know.
You gonna make an argument?
Infant. I know a lot of lives that are not as good as infant death.
Okay, you could be right, but of this group, that was the worst one.
Okay, all right.
So that was James, briefly. Number 8 was Oliver, the namesake, unfortunately, died at 22, tough, of typhoid fever, tough. We learned about typhoid.
Middle-aged, god damn it.
And not for this family, you'd be surprised as we move up the list. In 7th place, we have Elizabeth. She was 29, and she was married, so she had that going for her, but that's all she had. So 29, that's pretty young, married, no kids. That's kind of bad, so she's in 7th. In 6th, we have Bridget. Bridget made it to 38 years old, married, 2 kids.
Okay.
So Bridget in 6th. 5th place, Mary, 56 years old, unmarried, no burdens.
Yeah, but back then, you were an old maid at 26 if you weren't married.
So
you
she
know
had
what I
30
mean?
years
She had
of
to put
that.
up with a lot of shit. Yeah.
30 years of that.
Yeah.
4th place.
And back then, they would like tease you about having cats by tricking you and killing your cat. That was like the jokes back then. They were fucked. Like in the 1600s, like, ha ha, cat lady, we skinned your cat. You're like, ah, you know. But what are you gonna do?
Get another cat and wait for them to kill it.
Yeah, those kids already have rickets, so God already got them back in advance for it. So, you know,
They got to
Just
take out their
get a new cat.
rickety
Exactly.
frustration on somebody else.
You just steal somebody else's cat, and then they'll kill it later.
4th place, Francis.
Mm-hmm.
Made it to 62 years old. Married, 2 kids. Good job by Francis.
That's good life. Yeah.
Now we get to the top 3. Henry only made it to 46, but he served as the Lord Deputy to Ireland before he died.
Cool.
Yep.
That is cool. Yeah.
Now, the second one is a tentative 2nd place because this guy, we'll get back to him in a minute. 2nd place, we're going to go Richard.
Okay.
Richard made it to 86 years old.
Oh, no. Give me infant death. All right, so Richard made it to 86.
And was the
That's very old.
successor to Oliver in whatever endeavors we're going to learn about.
Okay.
And in 1st place, Robert died at 18 in college. Perfect.
Cool. Good life, dude.
That's it.
Because you still thought you knew everything, so you went out on top.
That's looking at the 9 options here, that was a clear number 1 for me. Maybe I don't know what that says about me. I'm sure that could be analyzed.
Yeah,
That
I would have gone.
number
I would
1.
have gone maybe. I would have gone maybe with the 38.
Bridget, 38, married 2 kids.
Yeah.
At
That'd be a
20
good
years
one.
sounds like a lot of work.
As long as it hit fast. I don't want to die of like scurvy or something terrible like that, or like a mosquito bite.
I'm just realizing now that Typhoid Mary is probably the cause of Oliver's death, and I'm pretty pissed about it.
All right, cool.
He was now let's get back to Oliver. Enough about the dead guy's dead kids. He was elected to Parliament at 29 years old. Pretty shortly thereafter, he was in the middle of a land dispute in his town, and he was called before a couple of government councils, and it ended up forcing him to leave his hometown.
Oh shit!
That's a weird judgment, but he had to move out. Get out, bitch.
They exiled people left and right.
That's
back
true.
then.
Yeah, we don't do that.
Like, yeah, you're exiled.
So
shit. All right. Well, I guess I'll farm over there instead of over here.
It's all rocks over there. Get over there.
You'll like it. Can I go on the other side of the rocks? No. You have to stay on the rocks.
He was forced to move to a worse town, and it affected him very deeply for like a few years. He went into depression, really having a hard time living in this not original town that he was in. And it dove him deeper into his religion. Which is always good. Never bad.
Oh, never goes poorly. I've found.
So he was a Puritan.
Uh-huh.
And coming out of this kind of depressed stupor that he was in the 30s, he's really devout in his beliefs that England is indeed living in sin. Roman Catholics, they gots to go. They're bad news for everybody.
Sure.
So we'll revisit that. The king at the time is Charles I, and he's had enough of Parliament. He's got some problems with some guys in there, Oliver being one of them. So he's like, nah, Parliament, we're done with all that. And he rules for 11 years with no Parliament, nobody around.
That's the dream.
Charles just doing nice things. That's right.
Yeah. Ultimate power corrupts no one ever.
That's how that saying goes. I've heard something like that.
Yeah.
He was forced to call Parliament back into session in 1640 because the Scottish Rebellion was going on. They were running out of money. You know, now we need all the rich people to get back in here and figure this out. So Oliver returns to Parliament a little bit older, a little bit wiser, and he starts making friends. And him and his friends start forming a little bit of an agenda.
Communists.
Their group, they called it reforming DC, right? Reformation of the government. The executive needs to be checked by regular parliaments and the moderate extension of liberty of conscience. So they are going to cleanse England. This is all got to get fixed. What do they do first? English Civil War.
Kill the king.
You're goddamn right.
English you got to kill the king. You got to get him out of there. Yep.
So Parliament builds their army. The king's got his army. They go fight each other. We don't need to go through that whole thing, but as any gentleman does in wartime when he's important, he gets promoted, right? So now he's 2 years into the war, lieutenant general. 1 year later in 1645, second in command of the new model army.
Oh, it's great. You just keep moving further and further back in the ranks.
That's right.
Just further and further away from the arrows.
That's right. So, toward the end of the First English Civil War, he led the army to the final two major victories. He was accused of killing over 100 people after they did surrender, but we'll move on.
Yeah, well, they shouldn't have surrendered then.
Yeah. Fight harder.
You know, then they would have been killed fighting instead of killed on their knees. It's, I don't know. It's their own fault. If you think about it.
So for 2 years, they had to figure out what was next. After those final two victories really knocked back the king's forces. And after that 2 years, they kind of came to a resolution, which was that nothing was going to work. So let's do another civil war. So let's fight again, which is, I thought it was a good idea. The new model army that he was one of the commanders for wins. And so does he.
Cool.
And they have Charles I tried for treason.
Sweet.
Right? So
Chop.
That's right. Now, regicide was frowned upon back then, or at least looked at in the taste of maybe it's bad luck, it's certainly bad taste.
Or like send him to his cousin's house in Spain or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Send him to Australia. We do that eventually.
Yeah.
We'll get to that.
Australians hate that shit. They really hate the truth of all of that. No, they were petty crimes, mate. No, they were the rapists and stuff like that, you know? They were like, oh, what's that island with all those like really weird looking natives? That would be Australia. Great. Send them there.
What's that island that's 90% rocks and poisonous things? Well, that's Australia. Yeah. Let's use that.
How far is that a swim? A long way. Okay, great. Perfect. Just put them all there. How long will they survive there? Probably not. They might. Probably not.
Depends where we leave them, really. It's really That's really important. Is there anywhere further we
God.
can take them? Yes. Can we get there? No. Then that'll work.
Yeah. No, also it's a conspiracy. That's an ice wall. That's not really a continent. We found out. There was never any danger of falling off of the Earth. It was running into the ice wall and crashing your ship. That's what it was the whole time.
They could have tried that for Charles, but they didn't. The charges were all supported. Or not all, but they were heavily supported, so charging him was fine. But once it became time to sign the death warrant and actually carry out the execution, all the men involved in it were like, I don't want to be the one to sign that. That's kind of fucked up. So they were like, Oliver, what do we do? And he's like, give me the pen. He signed it.
Done. Next.
So Charles executed. See you later. Right? So by 1649, I must say that my gentleman loses me for a moment here as he invades Ireland.
Oh, I thought you were going to say he got his hair cut.
Oh.
All right, cool.
Eventually,
he kept those flowing locks.
Eventually he did. I tried to find a picture of his horrific haircut that Patroness was telling me about. It's called the Roundhead haircut, but kind of looks like a bowl cut.
Great.
But couldn't find anything like 1600s looking. So
like a Tim Tebow kind of Friar Tuck sort of haircut?
No,
that'd
worse.
be funny.
Worse, like 90s kid wearing 2 sizes too large, black t-shirt, baggy jeans, and doesn't know how to skateboard but owns one. Like that,
okay.
That's the haircut.
I got you. Yeah.
So
trying to look like a hard ass, but has like a Tamagotchi in their pocket.
That's right. That's right. That's right. It's
I know
like,
things.
It's like they use all the swear words in 6th grade while also getting mad that the Game Boy plug-in light isn't working properly. It's like,
oh god, that goddamn light.
It never worked, and it died immediately. So
it never works. And also, that kid stole my Pogs. He stole my Pogs.
Pogs. You had to teach me what Pogs were.
I did.
So he invades Ireland. I think I mentioned that he hates Catholics.
Who doesn't?
He hates them. Oh, yeah. Oh, he hates them.
Oh, wait. No, you know who doesn't hate the Catholics? The Nazis. That's a fact. Go on. What were you saying?
Is that true? I didn't know that.
Yes, it's very, very true.
At the siege of Drogheda in September 1649, Cromwell's troops killed nearly 3,500 people after the town's capture. Comprising,
oh God,
comprising around.
20, like, oh, good. Oh no,
oh man.
After the capture, darn it.
After the capture, comprising around 2,700 royalist soldiers and all the men in the town carrying arms, including some civilians, prisoners, and Roman Catholic priests. Cromwell.
Oh, that's fine. I'm fine with that. Okay, there were no women, no children. They saved them for themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, yeah, now we're fine then. That's fine.
Cromwell was quoted after saying, "I am persuaded that this is a righteous judgment of God upon these barbarous wretches who have imbrued their hands in so much innocent blood, and that it will tend to prevent the effusion of blood for the future, which are satisfactory grounds for such actions which otherwise cannot work but remorse and regret." So he's fine with it.
Well, it worked.
It's all good.
Yeah, he's fine with it. And it totally worked. Nobody has shed any blood since this event.
That's true, except for at the siege of Wexford in October of that year. Another massacre that took place under confused circumstances. While Cromwell was apparently trying to negotiate the surrender terms, some of his soldiers broke into the town and killed 2,000 troops and up to 1,500 civilians, burning most of the town. But he was trying to surrender like a gentleman.
Yeah.
Or come to truce.
England armies are just really unfortunate. Like their hearing must be bad, you know. They keep hearing like, yeah, burn the whole town down, when really their generals are trying to tell them, guys, calm down. Let's just all get together and we'll sign this peaceably and we'll be on our way. You know, we'll have allies out of this. No need to rape anybody. And
calm the hell.
I think we're good. Burn it down. And he said, "Burn it down, everybody." It's just a terrible circumstance they always find themselves in.
Burn the hell down.
Calm the hell down.
Did you say burn it the hell down? What'd you say? So,
what'd you say? Fuck the bride on the first night? What? Calm down, England. Calm down. Jesus.
So Oliver conquers Ireland. bans Roman Catholicism,
Mm-hmm.
puts 50,000 Irish men, women, and children into the slave trade heading toward Barbados and Bermuda.
That's stupid. They're all drunks.
Terrible workers.
Yeah, why would they? They can't even go out in the sun. That's the worst people you could have got.
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, very nice.
Yeah.
Total excess deaths for the entire period of the Wars of the Three Kingdoms in Ireland were estimated by Sir William Petty, the 17th century economist, to be 600,000 people out of a total Irish population of 1.4 million.
Oh, jeez. So Petty's like the CDC of then?
There are people walking around you what Petty said. Fucking guy.
Yeah. Fucking Petty. He has no idea what he's talking about.
People in Ireland still wish the curse of Cromwell on people that they hope bad things happen to.
That's funny.
After he left Ireland, he quickly went and conquered Scotland, but everything I read about it made clear note that Scotland was kind of like, all right.
Yeah, like we don't care. I mean, it's really rainy right now.
Yeah.
We'll fight you. We'll fight you later.
Like, it was the Scotsmen.
It's fine. You have to go to bed sometime.
Yeah, it was the guys in the Highlands only. They were pretty pissed, but everybody else was fine. So,
yeah. The Highlands are like the Midwest of America.
So,
oh shit!
Now he is a multi-war hero, right?
Yeah,
been through multiple wars as a leader, and upon returning, still no true leadership. Right? King got his head cut off. The Parliament's kind of been ruling. They go through some Parliament procedure and different Parliament iterations that, again, we're not going to go through here.
Sure.
And eventually he is named Lord Protector for life in England.
Heyo.
Like a goddamn gentleman. And
That's
now we can get to work on getting some things done. Now, he had earned the moniker Old Ironsides as a general in the armed forces. I think you remember that he was super religious.
Yes.
So those two things, super religious, Old Ironsides, that combines into fun, doesn't it, for you, right? That just sounds like...
Sounds like somebody I want to hang out with.
That's right. And,
for sure.
And you're goddamn right, DC, because to close out here, let's go through some things that he had put into law.
Okay. His executive orders, you might say.
Yeah, let's go through some of those. One of the main beliefs of the Puritans was that if you worked hard, you would get to heaven. Pointless enjoyment was frowned upon. So Oliver said, yeah, there's a lot of inns around here, and I don't like those, so let's close most of those down. Theaters, all the theaters need to be closed. Enough of the theaters. Everybody hates the theater anyway. Sports were banned.
Oh, shit.
And boys caught playing football on a Sunday could be whipped as a punishment.
Football like soccer,
I would imagine, in 1650.
Did you get whipped if it's on a Sunday, though?
Yeah, they can't play soccer.
Well, yeah, those... Well, what were they, raised by wolves? You can't play soccer on a Sabbath. Even I knew that. I was raised Mormon, of all things.
Swearing was punishable by fine unless you did it too often, and then you could go to jail.
Oh, okay.
Sunday, obviously a very special day. Most forms of work were already banned before he came in. Women caught doing unnecessary work on the holy day could be put into the stocks.
What would be unnecessary work?
That's what
anything
I thought.
That benefited her? That's unnecessary, madam.
Simply going for a
you
Sunday
give birth
walk
on your own time.
I put the baby in
my dinner is getting cold. You have children on your own goddamn time, you layabout.
Oh, man. Sunday walks could get you thrown in jail unless you're going to church. Again, all about the religion. To keep the population's mind on their religion, instead of having feast days, which was the tradition to celebrate the saints, as had been common since medieval England, he decided that one day every month will no longer be feast day. It will now be fasting day. So it went from a day of great food to a day of no food. That's right.
Dude, the Mormons still do that. It's the first first Sunday of every month is a fast Sunday.
Oof.
And they don't eat breakfast and lunch, and they try to make it like all the way to dinner without eating or drinking anything that whole time.
That sounds.
And they're supposed to, yeah.
That sounds terrible until you do it by accident like 6 times a year.
Yeah.
Aside from like the drinking water, I guess you'd be drinking something every day. But still, like the eating thing, that happens to all of us.
Yeah. The like starvation and thirst that you get by like 2, 3 in the afternoon, where you're pushing 24 hours ish since the last time you ate. It's sad to say it, but you really start getting fucking real hungry, and
less religious.
You appreciate your food more, and apparently you're supposed to be using that like starvation feeling to remind you of the purpose of why you're fasting. So people will fast for things that are just like throwing a penny in the fountain, like, so and so in our family got cancer, so we're going to fast. Like, well, why? Like, make food. Don't fast for them. Like, make food for them and bring it over to their house, or see if they need like a babysitter for their kids or something so they can go over and visit them in the hospital, or like whatever the fuck you could actually do to help people rather than, think about their suffering while you're suffering for the betterment of you both, I guess. But then at the end of it, you get to eat and they still have cancer. So it's kind of a weird thing to me. I never understood that. Or praying.
It's kind of a win.
Same kind of thing.
It's a win-win
Same
for you.
kind of thing to me.
Lose for them either way.
Yeah. Our prayers are with you. Like, God damn it. I was hoping you'd say like you had a bag of Twizzlers, like an extra bag of Twizzlers you were just going to lend me because I was feeling in the dumps. I'd rather have that.
Our thoughts and prayers are with you. Can you go to the store and get milk? Honestly,
can I have $5?
Can you just... I have cereal here, and I really just need milk. Prayers aren't going to do that. Like, this isn't complicated.
My neck is severely broken. Thank you for all your thoughts and wishes, and your prayers.
Please bring me a
but
mirror
I'm gonna be over
on
here.
a stick so I can look around.
Yeah, signed Sean Bradley.
You're gonna need a long stick.
You need a really tall stick. I have to see far down distances. Can you bring me a telescopic mirror, please? Thank you.
Once that and my dinner has arrived, I will be taking more thoughts and prayers.
Fun fact, Sean Bradley played at BYU, so his terrible tragedy is just that much less tragic. How about that?
Jesus Christ.
There you go.
Almost as horrible as that is that Oliver banned birthday parties, which I actually don't enjoy, so I'm with him.
Yeah, you can only celebrate the Lord. What are you doing celebrating yourself?
That's a good point. That's how I actually live my life, so I couldn't agree more.
So did Prince.
Cromwell believed that women and girls should dress in a proper manner.
Well, I think I won't agree with what he thinks is proper.
Well, let's find out. Makeup was banned. No more makeup.
Nope. Bad start.
Puritan leaders and soldiers would roam the streets of towns and scrub off any makeup found on unsuspecting women.
With their dicks.
Dresses that were too colorful were banned. Puritan lady was to wear a long black dress that was covered almost from her neck to her toes, with a white apron, and her hair was to be bunched up. Puritan men wore black clothes and wore their hair short. Again, I tried to find the haircut I could. So,
I think somebody posted it in chat. Let me go back while you talk. I think they did.
oh yeah, that's the one I saw.
There we go. The round head haircut.
That's the one I saw. It looks a lot like Phil Kessel or Valtteri Bottas for sports people.
It's terrible.
So let's see. Oh yeah, the final ban, DC, Christmas. Gonna ban Christmas.
Oh shit.
Yeah. By the 17th
literally the war on Christmas.
By the 17th century, Christmas had become a holiday of celebration and enjoyment, especially after the problems caused by the Civil War. Cromwell wanted it to return to being a religious celebration where people thought about the birth of Jesus rather than ate and drank too much. In London, soldiers were ordered to go around the streets and take by force any food being cooked for a Christmas celebration. The smell of goose being cooked would bring trouble instantly. Traditional Christmas decorations like holly were banned immediately. And the final ban that I wrote down here was Catholics. Did I mention you didn't like them?
I didn't like him, yeah. Did I mention who doesn't?
You did. So he got malaria. And
good.
He died at 59. And his son Richard took over for him. Richard was second on our kids list, but he was second behind the kids.
Dickie Cromwell.
Yeah, old Dick Cromwell was a dipshit and resigned almost immediately because he had no power and no brain to think of anything. So just fucking the worst. Richard was terrible. Richard has been moved below James to 9th on the list. Infant death, better than being Richard. Charles So after Richard gets kicked out or leaves, Charles II is brought back to power. Mm-hmm. And this is my closing, DC, and I had to copy paste this one word for word because this is as gentlemanly as it can get. When you have a goal as a gentleman, you pursue it at all costs, right? Mm-hmm. No matter what wake.
No matter who has to die.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this right here, DC, this is what I am dubbing the ultimate trigger. This is how you know Oliver Cromwell was effective during his life. Charles II is brought back to retake over as king after his father. After all these wars, Charles was killed. No real leader for a while. Charles II Charles is in charge now. Haha, there you go. Charles in charge. And he's going to take care of some things. So our final news item here for Oliver Cromwell is Cromwell's body was exhumed from Westminster Abbey in January of 1661. It was the 12th anniversary of the execution of Charles I. His body was subjected to a posthumous execution. His body was hanged in chains at Tyburn, London, and then thrown...
It didn't just fall apart like goop. How long after he died did they exhume the body?
He died at 59, so that would have been in 1658, and they took it out 3 years later.
Oh my God.
They took it out 3 years later.
That's the worst job. Hey, you guys, go exhume the body. Sorry. He died like 3 years ago. What was the plan again? Well, we want to hang him.
Well, that's not going to work.
From chains. Huh. All right. Well, we're going to need to
build a
assemble
puppet.
him.
It's going to have to be puppet.
We're going to have to put him into a set of tights and then the top half of him into a set of tights. We're going to...
And I'm not going to lie. It's still not going to look good. It's still... This is not going to work out great, no matter how we do it.
Do we have any goose feathers? Do we have anything we could stuff in? Oh my God, that's so funny. That's so funny. That's petty.
Yep.
That's some vindictive shit.
It's not even.
There's more. Kill him, my lord. He's already dead. Oh well, dig him up.
Kill him again.
Kill him again.
So,
oh my God.
So his body was hanged at Tyburn in London and then thrown into a pit. His head was cut off and displayed on a pole outside Westminster Hall until 1685. 24 years his head was left outside Westminster. Afterwards, It was owned by various people, including a documented sale in 1814 to Josiah Wilkinson, and it was publicly exhibited several times before being buried beneath the floor of the chapel at Sussex College.
Ah, those pussies. Who bought it and buried it?
Somebody in 1960. So, pussies. Yeah.
Ugh, Jesus.
DC,
all right, well...
I formally submit Oliver Cromwell, a goddamn gentleman.
I agree. That's fantastic. He's got my vote.
He's a good guy.
Oh, KC, we've done it once again.
We've done it
once
all.
Again. Two fantastic gentlemen.
Hopefully voted better than last week's.
I don't see how it could be worse. They're not Daddy 05. They're not getting in like a negative 15 in 1 week.
That was earned.
I feel confident about that.
That one was earned.
Yeah, that one
was earned. All right, DC, tell everybody.
Do we have an update? Do we have an update on those kids, by the way?
No.
Do we know where Cody's at?
Not a clue. No idea. I can look it up. We'll find out.
Oh, man. You can go to www.twogoddamngentlemen.com. There you'll find the link to our Twitter, our Patreon. You'll find the Hall of Gentlemen. You can find every single episode week after they're released. You've got the video, the audio, and also the voting capability on their page independently. If you want to see the video version of this podcast, you can do it live by becoming a goddamn gentleman at patreon.com/2goddamngentlemen. Or you can get the video when it's released with the audio same day by becoming a gentleman at $5 a month. You also get all of the bonus episodes when those are released, and the $10 goddamn gentleman obviously get to join in live and see my stupid ass not recording myself.
It's good times. It was good times. DC, this was a blast. Everybody enjoy that ladies episode. Get to the Patreon. And we'll be back next week as the search for the ultimate gentleman continues.
That's what you get for talking all that shit, you fucking asshole.
Wolves aren't gay, USA. Wolves aren't gay, USA.
So there you go. Isn't that a great story, ladies and gentlemen?
Thank you guys for watching.
Bye.
Meeting adjourned.